Hey, welcome to the DBB channel, and today we do have a Jesmon vs Lily Loop game for you guys, and this is in the BT06 meta, so we shall see how both decks will actually run. The red player will go first, evolving to the Greymon, passing 2 memory to the Lily Loop. Now Lily Loop has gotten some interesting cards, especially in the form of the Inmon and the new discarding mechanics, which somewhat makes the deck feel faster, but then again, Jesmon, even though it's a pieces reliant deck, it has a very sudden burst, which might be able to end game if they do have the following pieces. So we do see the Lily Loop having a Takumi there to actually draw one more cards, using the Gabumon skill to actually draw one first to discard one later. As you guys can see, the Lilithmon is actually discarded there because you can actually take it back with the new Inmon, which is fairly interesting. Now the Tai will give them guaranteed 3 memory there, as he does push up and hard calling the Hakmon, which is a very good rookie, I would say, because you can take 2 cards. Looks like he does pick up the Hakmon and the Systemon there, and you guys can actually mix it, so that's what makes the search actually particularly stronger, I would say. Now it doesn't move out the Gabumon there, and does evolve to the new Skull Greymon in BT06 with 2 Takumis. He's drawing 3 cards. Using his skill, so Gabumon first to draw one first to discard one, and now the Skull Greymon skill, which allows you to just basically discard one card to just give it plus 3k. Not anything I would say fancy, I would say, but it's definitely nice to fill out the drop zone because you do want to fill out the drop zone for your Jack Raid. Now the Inmon will be caught here to actually discard one from your hand, picking out the Lilithmon as I mentioned earlier. But the opponent, the Jesmon particularly, will actually have a red memory boost activated from the security, so that's very nice for him. And he does evolve to the Hakmon, hard calling the Noah to actually gain 1 memory, pushing him to 1. Does decide to swing at the Skull Greymon because of the Systemon that give 2k to Hakmon and Royal Knights. So that's balance right there, I would say. And now he does evolve to the Bao Hakmon, passing just 1 memory back to the Lilith Loop deck. And that's actually a very smart move because you do want to memory choke Lilithmon decks in general before they reach the Lilithmon, when it's actually impossible to memory choke them given that they do cast options and then gain memory through that. Now the turn do pass back to the Jesmon here, as he does evolve to Jesmon here, and we shall see how the magic show happens. So he does use the memory boost to push into 2 memory first, using the Noah to actually keep the security, escaping a Takumi because it's a level 4. Now does go for the Judgment of the Blade, giving that Jesmon ability to actually kill an unsuspended Digimon, as he does so, and does allow him to actually hardcore the Systemon Noah for the skill. And he does gain quite a bit of power and does have piercing, so that's balance right there, as there'll be a total of 3 criticals thanks to that Tai Kamiya Tamer. Does swing again for 2 more criticals, and there's nothing in the security checks, and this should be game for Lilithmon. Now we do move on to game 2, and Lilithmon will actually begin going first here, evolving to the Gabumon, and then evolving to the Meramon there. Now as you guys can see, Jesmon has such a interesting burst of damage there, and it did caught the Lilithmon by surprise, I would say, and all it took was just a Tamer and Jesmons. So basically the Tamer, the Tai Tamer in particular from BT01 has been so useful until now, even in BT06. He does use the red memory boost though to actually take the level 4 Bao Hakmon to his hand, and the Meramon will be pushed out to actually swing at security directly, using the Gabumon skill to discard the white option. Does die to the security check though, and activates the Demi Meramon skill to actually draw 1 to discard 1, filling up the drop zone even more, and now we are hitting the 5 drop zone already. Does hardcore the Tsukaimon to pass the turn, but not looking good, I would say, as he does evolve to the Bao Hakmon to pass back 1 memory to the Lilithmon, activating another Demi Meramon there to evolve to a Tsukaimon, evolving to a Devimon for 1 cost, and now does swing the Tsukaimon, hitting to a Judgment of the Blade, which does have a secondary effect, which allows you to actually call a Systemon from your drop zone or your hand for free and goes to your hand. So there's more balance right there, and Jesmon is definitely very busted in this set, I would say, given that how much support he does gain. And let's go for the Tai Kamiya to actually push back only 1 memory again to the purple player, going for the Digiburst from the Black Wargreymon to actually hardcore rookie, and Gabumon will be hardcore here. Does swing at the Bao Hakmon, and the Systemon does have a blocker ability as well, so emphasizes on more how Jesmon gets so much support from this set as well. Looks like he does hatch to a Baby Dramon here, which is the perfect Digitama, I would say, for Jesmon in general, just because it does gain piercing, so that it's an extra 2k power which people wouldn't resist. So he does evolve to level 5 Hakmon there, which allows him to play another Systemon for free, in this case the blank, for just drawing 1. Looks like he does go for the memory boost for 2 memory, and now let's go pay for 3 memory to actually activate another red memory boost to actually search the top 4 to look at the Jesmon and take it back to hand. So the next turn will be the next burst again, and looks like the purple player will be forced to actually make an answer right here, right now. Let's evolve the Emon first, swinging the Skull Greymon and the Gabumon inherit, hopefully to dig out something, I suppose. Looks like there's not much digging he can do right now. Does discard a Jack Red from hand, hitting to the security, pushing the Jesmon to 2, and does go for Takumi to pass the turn sadly, and we shall see how the burst from Jesmon will happen again as he does evolve to Jesmon. Does swing the Jesmon at his Skull Greymon, allowing him to actually hardcore the Systemon blank to draw 1 card, and does gain piercing for the Jesmon, and that will be 2 criticals at least due to the tie. So we do take 2 damage here for the Leafmon. The Red Mirror boost will actually be activated here to actually escape the potential Jack Red, as he does activate the Judgment of the Blade and a Delicate Plan on the Jesmon, which is a very buffed up Jesmon, I would say, as he does swing at the level 5 again to deny any potential of comeback for the Leafmon, as he does hardcore another Systemon, and the Black Wargreymon is cleared. So basically the purple side of the field is actually potentially just wiped out, and he'll be going for lethal here with the Omnimon Blitz. So let's talk about Jesmon. Now Jesmon is a newly introduced deck in BTO 6 itself, and I must say this deck is just too strong. But then again, this deck is pretty pieces reliant, so we'll be going through how each cards in the deck will actually benefit it. So starting with the Digitama first, we do play 4 Baby Drummond and 1 Koromon. Now Baby Drummond is played here because Jesmon has piercing. Now when a Digimon gets piercing, it does gain 2k 2p, and that's a very nice power boost from a Digitama alone, and that is why it's considered. Now Koromon is just another self-explanatory Digitama, I would say, because this deck does require you to actually have a full Digisource when you pushed out, so the 1k DP is definitely always there. Now, for the rookies though, he's actually playing 12 only, 4 Agumon from the team deck, Dukemon team deck. Now, same concept with the Baby Drummond. It's just a very simple 2k DP, and let's not forget that Red does like hitting securities, so the 2k DP is always nice. Next, the Hugmon. Now, the Hugmon is a god bless, I would say, for Hugmon and Jesmon in general, because it's such a nice searcher. When you do hard play, you actually can look at the top 5 to pick up any 2 Systemon, or any 2 Jesmon, or any 2 Hugmon, which is basically you can take 1 of each if you can, or if you see 2, you can just take 2. So that's the best starter, or rather say rookie in general to me. Next, he does play the 2-cost rookie there, and this is actually a good counter against Gankumon. Now Gankumon is a newly introduced card in BTO 6 as well for black, and it does kill off the lowest cost of your opponent's side of the field. So having this 2-cost rookie does give you that barrier of defense against black, and it will feel so bad for them. I've basically been there before and I know how it feels. So I'm just telling you guys in my honest opinion. Next, for the level 4s, the champions, he's actually playing 10 of them. 4 Greymons for the inherent ability of gaining 1 security attack, and I must say that's the best Red have currently. And next, he does play the Balhawkmon, which does have the ability to actually kill off a 5k DP below if you do have a Systemon. And having a Systemon on the field for Jesmon is just not hard at all, I would say. Next, he does play 2 Agumon because Hybrid Digimons are the best card in the game, I would say, because it does escape your opponent's interaction, and is built on your Tamer, which does have no summoning sickness, because you actually already play your Tamer in the previous turn, and your opponent won't be able to interact with the Tamer as much, and then you can evolve to your Agumon to go for the swing. Now for the level 5 is actually playing just 6 of them, because honestly speaking, you do just want to evolve to level 5 Hugmon only. Because the level 5 Hugmon is what makes Jesmon so strong, which does have an inherent ability to make it withstand. It does have a very good on-evolve ability though, which is to actually play a Systemon for free. I would say that's actually a neat effect, but sometimes you do want to hide your nursery, so you do not want to actually be greedy for the Digivolution skill. Next, he is actually playing the Asuramon, which in my opinion is a tech card because there's a very interesting mechanic or rather interaction you can play with Hugmon in general, because you can actually cast the 1-cost spell, the Judgment of the Blade, on your Hugmon level 4, then allows it to actually attack unsuspected Digimon. Then you evolve to this Asuramon, which does have Blitz, and you'll be able to swing at your opponent's level 5 below Digimon, given that his DP is not that high yet, but that sudden swing or rather the sudden control board is very nice, and the opponent usually will be caught off guard. Now for the level 6 though, he's actually playing for Jesmon, self-explanatory. This deck is about Jesmon, and I would say Jesmon is just too strong, given that his power can reach easily 18k DP if I'm not mistaken, and does have piercing. Seriously, that piercing is just nice. Next, he does play the one Dugmon from the team deck itself, and you guys may be wondering why. Now actually this is mostly a tech spot because you can actually play any level 6 in for red, especially because of the level 5 inherit for the Hakmon. Now, able to withstand your level 6 Digimon or above does allow you to actually abuse the strongness or rather the effectiveness of a level 6 Digimon, which usually does have only one big attack. But when you can withstand them, it allows you to actually do 2 swings. So in this case, the Dugmon will have 2 security checks and 2 swings at the same time, so that's very nice. Now for the level 7, he's playing Omnimon Blitz. As you guys can see from the previous game, Omnimon Blitz does benefit from Jasmon's capability to actually nuke the 5 security at once, so that sudden steal game is there, and opponent will always be afraid of that sudden Omnimon Blitz. Now for the options, he's playing the Memory Boost, as well as the Judgment of the Blade and one Delicate Plan. Now the Memory Boost is self-explanatory because this deck is playing to Jasmon and you're only playing for Jasmon. Having cards to actually search out the Jasmon is always needed, and it does bring out a consistency for the deck. And let's not forget about the 2 Memory Boosts, which is always needed in a Digimon game. Now for the Judgment of the Blade, does allow your Jasmon and Hakmon to actually attack your unsuspected Digimon of your opponent, so that's very nice, and it does have a very strong security effect whereby it's actually a Night Raid. If you guys play purple, you can just play a System Mon for free from your drop zone or your hand. And if you do play the Noah, which is the Game 1 Memory one, it's actually a hidden Hammer Spark as well. Now for the Delicate Plan, it's actually just a tech card from him to actually kill off security control decks in general, because security control decks is actually a very popular deck in my country itself and even in Japan. Let's not forget about 3 Musketeer deck as well, because it's a heavy option deck. So having the Delicate Plan does allow you to actually play over them and have a very nice smooth game against them. Now let's move on to the Lilith Loop. Now this Lilith Loop is actually quite, I would say, same or rather similar to what you have in the BTO 5 or in the previous Lilith Loop decks, but just a few additions. Now I'll be talking more about the addition more instead here. The first one will be the Inmon. This Inmon does allow you to pick up Lilithmon from your drop zone to your hand, allowing for more consistency to actually reach out for a Lilithmon. Next will be the Champion, which is the Gankumon Promote, if I'm not wrong for the name, because if you do hardcore or basically call it from Zord ability, it does have Rush, and having Rush on the same turn you flood the board is basically very good news because you actually can swing with the same turn. Next one will be the Skull Greymon. Now Skull Greymon is there to mainly actually just become a very flexible card for purple in general, because whenever you discard it, you can actually go to your soul and basically a soul of your one of your Digimon, so that your Digimons can actually become a random Vengeance Digimon and your opponent will be caught off guard for that. Next will be the new purple Memory Boost option, which does allow you to pick up one card from your drop zone to your hand, and this does not actually limit yourself to a Digimon or option, you can just pick up either of them. So it's actually a Tamer but in a Memory Boost form, which does allows, or rather you can actually pick it up through Lilithmon, and that is great. Thank you for watching till the end, and do consider subscribing, dropping a like and a comment if you guys do enjoy the content.